I'm the werewolf.
No, I'm the werewolf.
I'm the werewolf.
You're the werewolf.
You're the werewolf.
I'm the werewolf.
Welcome back, guys. I'm Micah.
And I'm Matt, and today we're going to check out the movie Werewolves Within.
The movie was directed by Josh Ruben and stars Sam Richardson and Milana Vayntrub.
The plot summary for this movie is that a snowstorm traps the town residents together inside the local inn. The newly arrived forest ranger Finn and postal worker Cecily must try to keep the peace and uncover the truth behind a mysterious creature that's begun terrorizing the community. This movie was actually based on a video game of the same name, which released in 2016. It received average reviews, maybe kind of mediocre reviews. It was a VR-only game, similar to like a game called Among Us, where you had to pretend you're the killer, the werewolf, that no one knows, so you try to lie your way while secretly killing everyone in the process. I don't know if this warranted a movie. What do you think?
I think it should have just stayed a VR video game. I don't know. I feel like it did well on certain points, but I found like a lot of the humor was pretty cringed in my opinion. I don't know if you felt the same.
Yeah, it was, horror and comedy is a very strange combo to pull off, and this movie got really good reviews, which I felt like this movie was made for kids, but at the same time it's rated R, I believe, so it's really gory and there's a lot of like inappropriate humor and like a lot of swear words used. So at the same time it's watching it, I'm feeling like, yeah, this is a movie for kids, it's a video game movie, but then next thing you know, some guy gets his like head cut off. So I don't know if it really knew what it was trying to be.
Yeah, it kind of seemed like it was like really low budget gore too, like certain like bloody scenes, like when, I don't know, someone gets attacked, I'm just like, could have been better, but I don't know. The premise for the movie was there, but I think they just executed it really wrong, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it was pulled off. I think they got across what they were trying to do, like make a video game movie, which again, I don't know how it got such good ratings. Like Rotten Tomatoes, I think it was like, I don't remember, 86% or something, like high 80s, I think.
There's a lot of new movies that are getting good reviews.
I think it's rigged. They just pay these people probably.
Waiting for that good review and potential spot at the next film screening.
How do you think the actors did in this movie? Did they pull off the characters?
I think that was probably one of the best parts of the movie, was the acting portion. I think like the main character, Finn, he was really good in his role. He kind of played like this nice ranger character who has to like battle through all these crazy people that are living there. And I guess the other character, Cecily, I think she was good. I don't know if I heard somewhere she was like the girl from the at&t commercials or something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
This is her big break or something.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think the acting was actually done very well, and all the characters did the actors did exactly what the characters needed to do. And each character it's like a video game movie, so each character had a persona, and all the characters pull it off perfectly. Like there's the really annoying, there's like the dog lady, Finn did a really good job, Cecily did a good job, all the characters there's no complaints from me, like it was really well acted.
Mm.
I think without that acting, maybe I would have just like turned the movie off, I don't know.
Well, that's the thing too. It's like a lot of like not well-known actors,
Mm-hmm.
which is like maybe this is the movie that like propels them to get more roles or something.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's not an indie movie, but there's not like too many big names to like kind of sell it.
Yeah, I'm curious what the target market of this movie is supposed to be, because I'm not sure what the rating was for the VR game, but I think it's meant for like, like maybe teenagers, or if you have like VR, I guess that's a bit expensive, so maybe adults, but
They're trying to market this movie more towards adults, I think, like that adult humor and like, I don't know, it's like cringy humor at points, like the lame jokes and the characters like building off each other. I don't know, just didn't like that part. So this movie really focuses on, I guess, the murder mystery aspect. Do you think they got it right?
I think the story for what it was, I think they did pull it off, because there was, like you said, it's a murder mystery, so you never really know who's the creature in this movie. Of course, it's a werewolf, because the title of the movie is Werewolves Within. So it really throws you a lot of like red herrings and certain plot points which keep you guessing and never really tells you who's the werewolf until the very end when it's revealed. So I think they did pull it off well from a story perspective. The execution and, like we talked about, how they pull it off may not have been the best other than the story, but
I feel like a lot of those movies are getting really popular, like movies like Knives Out and like Murder on the Orient Express, like the murder mystery movies. They're like super popular nowadays. So I feel like maybe they're trying to cash in on those, even though like those movies had like the huge names in them compared to Werewolves Within, which was like pretty, it seemed like it was pretty low budget too. Even some of the stunts in them looked pretty low budget too.
This was quite the interesting movie. Like near the end, everything just gets crazy, and it goes from this kind of like we mentioned, kind of like a kids almost movie. There's not really anything shown like gore-wise directly. Like there's some kind of gore shown on the side or indirectly, but then the last like 30 minutes of this movie, everybody just starts going to town. There's a lot of gore and killing happening. It really goes from 0 to 100 really quick.
I think they were like a little confused on what the movie should be. Like I think they were trying to be horror, they were trying to be comedy. Like it's like just please pick one, because I like there's probably some movies that can pull off horror and comedy at the same time, but I don't think this movie did.
I wouldn't even say this was a horror movie. This was like a comedy more so than anything. There's gore, which I guess makes it horror, but that's about it. Like horror to me, it means it's gonna scare you. It's scary, it's spooky, you feel tension, that kind of stuff. This, none of that.
Yeah, there was hardly any tension. Even like towards the end of the movie, it was just more like, oh, this is what's happening. But yeah, they for sure needed to figure out what they were doing with it. It felt so happy towards the beginning of the movie, and then it was like trying to have everyone have like a comedic part to their character, and then when they were trying to be serious, it was just they always threw it back to like a comedic aspect. It was like, well, what are you trying to do? Like, I don't know. Again, we're not sure how this movie got made.
So with all that said, and our maybe not hate, but dislike for this movie, who would you say should watch this?
Probably recommend this to someone that just hated themselves.
Yeah, this movie, I would say if you're a kid and you really like gory stuff, you probably like this movie if your parents let you watch this. Or I suppose if you're one of those people who are, I don't want to like really into video game movies, they might like this, but again, like it's weirdly done. So I'd say if you like a good comedy, watch this movie.
Mom, I'll take the trash out for a week if you let me watch Werewolves Within.
85% of people on Rotten Tomato like this movie. Why? We do not know.